him because of the vaccination. And I was like, oh. So when I was doing my eye exam, they tell you, they put a machine that they keep putting different lenses. Is it one? Is it two? As she was doing that, and I didn't have my contacts on, I kept seeing a sign that said, on the sign, on the wall, kept saying, Pfizer vaccine is not FDA approved. Something else is FDA approved. And I thought my eyesights were fucking with me. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's like an old thing when it wasn't approved. But then she kept talking to me because I was from Jersey. So she's like, oh, yeah, this and that. And then I was telling her, yeah, my mom passed away, all this stuff. And she's like, oh. And then she goes, you see that sign right there? I say, yeah. She goes, that one? I told her I took the shot. She goes, oh, maybe you got the placebo test. You had maybe... She goes, maybe you got saline put in you. Because there's ones that is saline and there's one that's like little electrical chips. And I'm like, how can they do that? I saw that little needle. So then she just kept going. And I was like, at this point, I was like, I was just like, just trying to be cool. But she just kept going. She goes, oh, yeah, the real one that got approved is not Pfizer. It's this other one, which is, I think, is the one that Trump's trying to push, Chlorinian or something. So she's like, that's the one.
They get money out of that one.
So I don't know. She just kept going in about the whole vaccine and all this stuff. And I just was like, but that was my first encounter. And I got to go see her on Tuesday. So I got to see how that goes, because I got to go see her on Tuesday, because I got to get, they're going to give me new contacts. So I'm trying these on. But yeah, she kept going in.
Man, when they want to really go in, they go in, bro.
Yeah, I was like shocked because I just was like, okay. But then she just kept going on. She goes, I watched this documentary. And I was just telling her, I'm like, it's too much information. I don't know what to believe, to be honest. It's either...
They must love Kyrie Irving.
Probably. But yeah, so once I told her I got vaccinated, she was like, oh, you crazy? But yeah, but other than that, the traffic out here, it gets busy. What I noticed so far since I've been driving, so we live in Deerfield. When I gotta take Yanni to her job, Boca and I think Del Rey, those two towns, there's a lot of traffic always. And then it starts loosening up because after that goes her town for her job, which is Boynton. Boynton is before like West Palm Beach. So around there it starts loosening up. But always like Boca, same thing. When I come back down, it starts getting a lot of busy. So
Boca's like when we're here in Jersey and we gotta go to the Bronx and the cross Bronx is packed.
Oh, that cross Bronx traffic? It's not that bad, but it gets bad sometimes. It's just always accidents over here. There's always a lot of car accidents. All the time, bro. Like, every time I be driving, you see cars over here. They look like, remember the Matchbox? The ones that used to crash? That you turn the back be all messed up with tape. Me and Yanni we saw one with duct tape in the back of the bumper. We were like, what the hell? Or the side is all crashed in. Like, and I was telling you, I was like, I told Yanni, yo, these cars are always messed up. But I was like, you know what? Let me not talk. Because maybe in the future, my car may be just like that.
You know what is it? Because that's down south. They use their own cars to do crash derbies. And then they go back home.
Yo.
And they be like, see, woman, I was in first place.
And you see people with old cars. Like, remember like the old Toyota Corollas? Like, with tits. The people be whipping those cars. Like, old Supras kind of cars. You're like, what the fuck?
That's like in DR. In DR, they drive those old cars. They're cab drivers, conches. No doors, no trunk, door. You fit like 15 people in the car. It reminds me of that.
But yeah, no. Other than that, how you call it? The traffic to go to Tampa was a little crazy because like about 50 to miles, there's one lane.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of DR. You know, DR, you have one lane.
Yeah.
So in the daytime, when we went, the guy was slow, so I was able to go around before the incoming traffic came. But when we left the football game, and this is like, there's nothing out there. Like Milton was saying, yo, do you see UFOs? I was like, yo, I wouldn't be surprised. It was dark. It was dark and only one lane. So I couldn't skip.
It's like almost going to Palisades Mall.
Worse, because that's 2 lanes. This is one lane for each road. So it was darker than that, because at least in Palisades you could see trees. The rest of this was all farm. It was just like nothing. So like you could easily, like anything in the air you could see like shining. So that was for like 40, 50 miles. I had to just be behind the car, tired. This is when we were coming back, so I'm just like trying to stay awake. I wasn't that tired. It's just boring because you're stuck behind the car.
Yeah.
But so Friday night, like at 10 o'clock, I got the tickets. I got a hotel for a good price. I told Yanni, yo, we're going. So Saturday I went to get a cut. And then when I came back, we bounced, and then we got out there. It took us like 3 hours to 4 hours to get over there, and then we got there around 5, and then we went to the hotel. When I first got there, I had a Buccaneers thing. Hopefully this thing is, people. Hopefully, for some reason I lost connection with Albert because I think my computer is restarting. So hopefully I didn't lose him like that. Let's see. If not, we're gonna do old school and call him on the hotline. And it's funny because my computer, I kept seeing that it says it's about to restart. You know what, people? Let's call Albert. You could tell we're not professional. Owski. So we're calling people. I feel like yo, my computer went down. It's restarting, that's why. But yeah.
Still recording?
Yeah, it's still recording. I'm calling you.
So put me on speaker then.
Yeah. I got you on speaker. But yeah, so then from there we when we got there, like the whole bar, like the place, the hotel thing was all Buccaneers. I was like, fuck. But then, as we were staying there, I kept seeing Chicago fans. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I don't feel by myself. But then, like, there was a bus of these Chicago fans that came in, like 30 to 40 Bears fans. I don't know.
So you were happy?
Yeah, I didn't know they were from Chicago. But then, like, I talked to a few of them, like on the elevator. And it was cool. The place had a cool bar. We didn't go to it, but we went to Ybor City, which I think is one of Florida's either oldest, either like where the Cubans first came or something, but it's known for like smoking cigars, and shit like that. Like there's a lot of cigar spots. So I hit up Jamel and shit because he had told me to go to this. It's a weird place. It's a Cuban restaurant, but it's called Colombia.
Okay.
But he told me it's one of the oldest restaurants or Cuban restaurants. So,
got it. So that means it's really authentic. Cuban.
Yeah, and me and Yanni were trying to go, but the whole thing was booked. So
this is in Tampa.
This is in Tampa, in Ybor City, and then from there, like. Ybor City is kind of like, it looks kind of like a New Orleans. Like there's a lot of bars and it has that old saloon kind of look to it. But it was like mad, it's kind of a little hood, like mad bikers. But I never seen like Moreno bikers. So me and Yanni were walking, there was a whole bunch of Morenos with their jackets on, like fucking.
Leather jackets?
Yeah, but they're all smoking cigars. So we were like, what the fuck? And Yeah, we.
That's the movie Biker Boys, bro.
Yeah, no, like the Wild Hogs. So, yeah, so we so then from there we went to a cigar spot. We had cigars, we had coffee, and then I thought there's like a famous in Tampa. There's a famous brewery which is called Cigar City, and I know you've seen them, Cigar City. I think they have one of their famous ones is called like Jai Ale or something like that.
Okay.
So I think I'm about to be able to get into the Zoom. So so I thought it was like right there, but I was confused. Like it was like it's actually closer to the stadium. So we
Oh, nice.
So what we did was we just found like a brewery spot, like not a brewery, but it was like a restaurant that had like 20 to 30 craft beers, and they had like an outside to it. So I had like 2 beers there, and then we had to hurry up because we were trying to go to eat. So then we went out to eat. We were trying to go to some spot. You need reservations, but we went out to eat, and then from there, I think my girl found like a rooftop. The only thing is Tampa's nice. It's a small city.
Yeah.
Everything closes kind of early.
Oh, that sucks.
So we went to like the rooftop. We got there, I think it was like after like around 11:30. So it was only open for like a good hour. But we had like 2 drinks. It was like a chill spot. We did that, and then from there, I'm about to go. You still in the Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we might get the echo. So let me see. Trying to get back in.
I'm just waiting for you to sign in.
Yeah, this fucking computer is fucking shit show over here. But
so
yeah.
Now that you've been to 3 stadiums.
Yeah.
Well, which one the New York Giants really got nothing.
Yeah.
And the Soldier Field is just old because I think it's still one of the oldest stadiums around.
It's actually the oldest. Me and Milton were having this conversation. So Soldier Field's the oldest stadium in football. Second is Lambeau, and I forgot the third one. I think the third one was the Kansas City Chiefs, which I was surprised.
Oh yeah, me too.
And
well, the Soldier Field looks like it's the oldest, but it looked like it was remodeled a little bit. Like they updated it.
Yeah, they did update it, but I could tell. When I could tell, like when we went the first time I went with Yanni, I guess because I was a fanboy, I was like, "Oh, this shit is amazing." But then when we went, us guys, to Chicago, and we had to use the bathrooms, I'm like, damn, this place is a fucking piece of shit. Like, this shit is old. Because I think there was, like, water leaking or something like that. Like, I was like, oh, man, this stadium's old. But, so I've been to Chicago. I've been to Giant Stadium. I went to San Francisco for preseason. Let me see. Let's see if I can get into this meeting. Hold on. Yeah, so I went to the San Francisco one. It's a preseason. And then, when me and Yanni went to go see Aventura, I went to go see... I'm in the meeting now. Yes. There goes the baby. Live and uncut. Chuleta Brothers with the baby. New guest. See? I go off camera and the baby starts crying. I need to go back in. There you go. Okay. Alright, people. There you go. But yeah, so out of all the stadiums, I would say the Tampa one is probably the nicest, man. Yeah? Yeah, it was really, really nice. I mean, Just it reminded me of the one in San Francisco, which that one's pretty new, the Levi Stadium.